The dub versus sub debate or rivalry has been going on for a long time in not just the Dragon Ball community, but also in the anime community since the 90s, really, since the mid-90s. And when you really go back and do your homework, this whole dub versus sub catastrophe or whatever started because of, well, bad dubs. Because let's be real, the majority of fans of anime got into it through a dub of it. I'm not just talking about Dragon Ball. I mean everything. There are hardcore Sailor Moon fans out there who got into it with the butchered dub, with all the censorship. There's hardcore fans of Pokemon who switched to Japanese, but they got into it watching it Saturday mornings on the WB. The point is that I've noticed that even in 2015, now 2016, there's still a dub versus sub, I guess, rivalry. I've seen some people comment on it, so I wanted to give my quick thoughts on this. First and foremost, I just want to say that anybody who's been subscribed to my channel knows that the one thing that I'm not a fan of is dub changes. And the original Dragon Ball Z Funimation dub has a plethora of dub changes. And currently, as we speak, Super JAYAIN's working on a video series which will cover each and every dub change. And I don't like that because I think it hurt the integrity of the story. That's been said many times. And if you've also been subscribed to my channel, you know that the Dragon Ball Kai dub is much, much better. That dub's about 95% accurate. But there's still like a little bit of separation in the community amongst certain people. Most people that are subscribed to me, I would say, are much more open-minded just based on the comments that I read. A lot of them have tried the Japanese version and they like it. And they're like, wow, it's totally different, you know, and that's fine. That it is. I mean, it really is back to the original core. But I'll just share some things about me personally, and then I'll get to my point, to the actual point of this video. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm talking about just myself as a person, I like to watch films, TV shows, whatever, in their original native language at least once. Like if a movie comes out, like whether it be like Japanese Godzilla or a movie from Israel or a movie from Italy, I prefer to watch it subtitled at some point. I'm not saying that's my preferred way, but I would want to, and I would always strive to watch it subtitled because I like to watch things in their original, I guess, incantation or form, because no matter what, something is always lost in translation. So, to me, I think that specifically with Dragon Ball, every single person listening to this right now should at some point in their life watch Dragon Balls and Dragon Ball Z start to finish in Japanese so you can see the original intended version, because most of you guys are hardcore fans. Some of you have already done that. I'm just telling you should do it. Now, my whole thing with this video is I want to kind of end the whole dub versus sub catastrophe. I have no problem with a good dub, and I'm sure most of you listening probably don't like bad dubs, such as a lot of the 4Kids stuff. I've heard tons of shows that have been butchered. But specifically with Dragon Ball, kind of what I want to do is challenge the community. Here's the challenge, okay? If you grew up on the Funimation dub, if that is your preferred way of watching with the Bruce Faulconer score, the original voices, Stephanie Nadoldy, Linda Young, that's fine. There is no wrong way to get into Dragon Ball. And like I said, I'm very grateful and very thankful that you got in one way or another. It doesn't matter how you got in, a Latin American dub, the French dub, even the Big Green dub. I don't care. You're in now. You're a part of the clique. You're a part of the fan base. Try the Japanese version. Or if you're one of those guys who just can't take reading subtitles, I still feel that you should try the Japanese version. But I feel you should try to watch Dragon Ball Kai. Same thing goes for all of the listeners or fans of Dragon Ball who only watch the Japanese version and have never seen a dub. I know I have a lot of people who were so turned off by that original Z dub, and I'm going to get into the details on that when I interview Chris Sabat coming up in a couple weeks for Icons of the Dragon Ball community, because we talk extensively about the problems they had with the original dub versus Kai. So if you're one of those people who got into Dragon Ball and you switched to the Japanese version, and you love that version, you hate the Z dub, that's fine. Try Kai. Try Kai because you'll notice a few things. The script is more accurate, and I'm talking about the home video version of Kai, not the Nickelodeon version, because Jay and I just did a video. We're going to be putting it up in a few weeks about the 10 misconceptions of Dragon Ball Kai, and there's a whole lot of misconceptions. If you watch Dragon Ball Kai uncut on Blu-ray or DVD, you're going to get the real version, not the Nicktoons version. Do not watch that version. So anyways, try Kai. Seriously, watch Kai, try Kai, and you'll be surprised at the fact that it's much more accurate. You'll be surprised at the fact the voice acting is significantly better, in my opinion. In fact, I actually, to be perfectly blunt, and if somebody gets offended at this, too bad, there's no question the voice acting is better because all the voice actors are more experienced. So that's going to lead to people being better. So try it. Watch it if you're only stuck on the Japanese one. You might like the music more. You might like this and that. The point is that I think that even though it's never, ever going to stop, I don't know if it's ever going to stop, I think that the sub-hating and the dub-hating should stop. I think we should do the best we can to just kind of respect each other. And I've made no bones about how the original dub is, the problems with it, and I've made no bones about problems with the Japanese version as well. I mean, there's still issues there that I've talked about in the past. For example, the fact that Toei threw away all of the audio masters. I'm not a big fan of that. So that's why the Japanese version has like that mono sound, because Toei actually tossed away the original masters when they aired on television. So if you saw Dragon Ball Z in Japan on TV in the 90s and Dragon Ball, you got a much better quality audio than you did even with the Dragon boxes because of what Toei did. So again, that's more of a Toei thing, but that's a problem that was never fixed. They can't really fix it. I mean, it would take hours of audio editing and audio engineering to make Dragon Ball a 16:9, or not 16:9, a 6.1 surround sound version or whatever. But anyways, I'm rambling here. The point is, I'm trying to stop the dub versus sub hatred. Let's all enjoy the series. So I'm saying, if you are a fan of the Funimation dub, you owe it to yourself to watch it in Japanese so you can get the real story. And if you're a fan of the Japanese version, you've never seen the Kai dub, watch the Kai dub. Okay, check it out. Try it out. Hulu has the entire Dragon Ball series, 1 through 153, in Japanese for free. Dragon Ball Z, you can watch that on Funimation.com. There's a few websites out there you can watch it legally and illegally. I'm not going to promote illegal streams on this channel, but there are ways you can watch the show subtitled. There's no excuse to not have it. The best way, of course, is to go out and buy yourself the Blu-rays. They're not perfect. They're not the Dragon boxes, but the Dragon boxes are so damn expensive, you might as well get the Blu-rays. I mean, that's all you can really get at this point. But the point is, I don't hate dubs. I just want to make that very clear. There are some nights where, for example, if I'm cleaning my house, or if I'm, editing a video, or if I'm just doing something productive, working on a project, I will have the Kai dub or something. I'll have a dub on in the background. I won't watch the subtitle if I can't read the subtitles if I'm doing something else, but I'll have it on dub. I've never had a problem with dubs. I have a problem with dub changes. So Kai has a significantly less amount. Kai's dub was catered more towards the anime fans than just the casuals. And you're always going to have casuals that say this and that. I mean, I see comments every day from people, who have the audacity to call me a weeaboo when I'm barely even an anime fan. I'll watch like 4 or 5 anime and that's it, because I prefer the Japanese version. And to me, those people really don't matter. Like, if you're that closed-minded and stupid and just ignorant to call somebody a name over the internet for no reason other than they have a different opinion than you, then you can fuck off. Like, you're trash to me. But for those who are open-minded, and for those who want to try something, like I said, try the Kai dub, try the Japanese version, start to finish. Right now, Super is on in Japanese. That's a taste of what it's like. I feel that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are still superior to Super as far as the story goes. Now, I'm not saying Super won't get better later, but obviously Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is what got me hooked. I'm not so sure if Super would even get me hooked, to be honest. It's just a sequel series, but nonetheless, you should still check it out. Same thing with even GT. If you want to try watching GT in Japanese with the original score, I found that unlike the Bruce Faulconer score, which is very polarizing, some people love it, some people hate it, the GT score, the Mark Menza score, is almost universally despised. I've actually never met a fan who likes the dub GT score, the dark one. And if you're one of those fans, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I've never met one. So if you are one of those fans, leave a comment down below and let me know. You'll be the first one that I know who likes that score. But anyways, my point is, try it out. Love each other, respect each other. That's my little, I don't even know. You know what? I'm just going to make this a speakdom and that's it. And that's it, yo. Again, trying to unite the community. I don't hate dubs. I don't hate dub fans. I actually think that the dub actors work their ass off. And when that Chris Sabat review drops, you're going to hear, or Chris Sabat interview drops, you're going to hear how this guy pretty much made $20,000 a year, which is not very good money to blow out his voice. Now he's doing better, but when he first started, he wasn't making good money. So the point is, it doesn't matter which way you watch the series, but if you're going to watch the Funimation dub, be aware of the changes, and the best way to be aware of the changes is to watch it in Japanese with subs at least once, okay? Watch it like that at least once so that you at least have a clearer picture of Toriyama's intention. Plus, like Kendamu would say, read the manga. I'll catch you down the road.